Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Jacob Pallo of Forest Hills Eastern Baseball. How's it going?
Good, Casey. How are you?
Doing well. So kind of talk about how the season's kind of going, and we're getting into this is really the last week of the regular season before we head to the playoffs.
Yeah. It's been going good. Coming off of last year, it's been really important for us to kind of focus on that. This team is a completely different group of guys. We have a lot of the same players, but it's still a different dynamic. So we've had quite a lot of success this year. We've had bumps along the way, but I think we're moving upwards towards the end of the season, which is really good to see.
Yeah, you're of course a pitcher. What's that like?
It's a ton of fun. I got great group of dudes behind me, so it's awesome knowing that whenever the other team hits it, most of the time our guys are going to make a play. So, you know, got a lot of confidence out there. Just with the guys behind me, so it's a ton of fun.
Yeah. So, what is your best pitch that you throw?
I love to throw my fastball. I've worked a lot on my curveball and changeup, especially my changeup the last year. Last year my changeup was terrible. I threw it a couple times. One of the times some kid hit an absolute bomb off me. Probably went like 400 feet. But this year I've really worked on that. So to left-handed hitters, I've been throwing it a lot. Um, so but probably my fastball. Just reaching back and throwing as hard as you can. It's fun.
Um, so I know that it's been so you're done with school. You've already had the graduation ceremony and all that. What's this last few weeks kind of been like for you?
It's definitely been different. But it's still been a ton of fun. Trying to stay on some sort of routine, especially during game days and stuff like that. Day before I pitch, day after I pitch, trying to get a lot of sleep in between those days. Get up early, get moving around. But it's also good because we get out of school at the younger kids will get out of school around 2:30, but like the seniors will go up, we'll all go up early and hit before practice or get working before practice just because we can. So that's a ton of fun, but just trying to stay on a routine. It's been a little hard sometimes, but it's still been good. I'll try and go out with my friends during the day and stuff like that.
Of course, next, of course, you're continuing your baseball career regardless of what happens. You'll be at Hillsdale year next year. What made you decide to head over there?
Um, they reached out to me, gosh, when was it? Probably I think it was last February of my junior year. Um, I knew some people who had went there. They said it was awesome, and I sent them an email, and they texted me back, and so I just formed this really good relationship with them, dating back a long time ago. And I just stayed really close touch with them over the high school season, and then Coach Vasella, the head coach, came to watch me pitch last year during one game, and then just stayed really tight with them. I talked to a lot of other schools out there, a lot of great programs, but I just absolutely love the new culture that they're bringing. Coach Vasella, I think this is his third year there, and Coach Van Amberg. Um, and they're investing a lot in their athletics too. We're getting a new turf stadium there, which will be pretty awesome, um, with lights and all that stuff. So it just felt the most like home to me. I wanted the small college feel, a little farther away from home. It just checked all the boxes. So I'm really excited for it. And I really like where their program's headed and all that kind of stuff.
So kind of talk about like what's the plan for the next few weeks. I know when does the postseason begin for you guys?
So we have the rest of this week,
Yeah.
then next week, and then next Saturday is districts. So I think we play Caledonia for our senior night on Tuesday, and that'll be like our last regular season game. And then we have Belding first round of districts
Yeah.
on that Saturday.
So what's that going to be like knowing that, okay, this is kind of the last go around? I mean, obviously you've had, graduation and all that stuff,
Yeah.
but this is kind of really your kind of last thing before you go off to college. What's that going to be like knowing that you're not going to do this again?
It's definitely going to be a weird feeling, especially playing with some of these guys. A few of them like I've played with since I was probably 6 years old. So it's definitely going to be a weird feeling, but we're also really excited. We have a really, really tight bond on our team. So, I think just with all of us playing behind each other, it's just going to be trying to play as long as we can. It's kind of like last year, you walk in and, you know, we just, we just never wanted it to end. So, it's just got to have that mindset and then, yeah, just go from there.
All right. Well, Jacob, thanks so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck the rest of the year, bud.
Thank you, Casey. Thanks for having me.